Hi besties, it's your baby girl Patience Best and you're welcome back to my space. Yeah, so in today's video I am really excited because I have this interesting recipe I'd love to share with you all. So I made this pasta recipe recently and it turned out really great. So I decided to share with you guys how I made it at home. So you too can try this at home using my method. Trust me, you are going to love it and you won't regret ever trying it out. So sit still, let me walk you through on how I made this. So in order to prepare this, I will like to walk you through all the ingredients I used in making this meal. They are just simple ingredients you can get from your kitchen. You might even have them already at your disposal. Yeah, so I'm going to be using the macaroni and the pasta for this cooking, and on here you can see I have my coconut milk. Yes, you heard me clearly, this is coconut milk. I'm going to be using this for this recipe, and here is tomato paste, and here is blended pepper, here is crayfish. I love adding a lot of crayfish to my food, and here I also have diced onion. I also have diced tomato. These tomatoes is really frozen, that's why it's looking like this. It's really frozen, then I have to cut it into the sizes. Also here I have catfish. Yes, it's not your regular spaghetti. So and I also have cabbage here. Yes, cabbage. Just watch out, let me take you through on how I make this, and other ingredients you're going to be seeing them as I cook. So guys, in a pot I'm going to be I've poured the water which I'm going to be boiling this spag in. So all I have to do now is just turn on the heat, and I'll go ahead and add in some oil. This is to help the spaghetti not to merge to each other. So after pouring this in, I will let it to simmer for a bit before adding in my spag. This is because I don't want my spag to cook too much inside the boiling water. I want it soft but not that too soft. So at this point the water is really boiling and it's time to boil the pasta, but remember I added some vegetable oil to the water to prevent the pasta from sticking to each other. So I'm going to be breaking the pasta into two before cooking. If you're like me that doesn't like pasta that are too long, you can do this actually. So I prefer my pasta cut into two before cooking. After adding it to the boiling water, I stirred it properly so the pasta will get separated in the hot water without sticking to each other. So once that is done, I went ahead to add the macaroni which I showed you guys earlier. I poured it. I still did the same process with the macaroni. I stirred it together so none will be sticking to each other. After stirring, I covered the pot and let it cook for 10 minutes. So while the pasta is cooking, I went ahead to prepare the tomato sauce for the pasta. Firstly, I poured some vegetable oil in a pan. Once it is heated, I added in the chopped garlic and the sliced onion. I stirred until the onion and garlic was translucent. Then I went ahead to add the curry powder, the thyme, the cinnamon powder. I stirred until all the spices is well combined. So guys, at this point the aroma from this sizzling is top notch. Even if you are not hungry, just by perceiving the aroma of the spices alone will make you want to taste this dish. So now I went on to add the diced tomatoes and I went on to add the fresh pepper. I stirred until everything was well combined completely. once the pasta is cooked for 10 minutes, I scooped out some of the pasta water into a plate, then keep it aside. Then I went on to sieve out the water from the pasta. But remember, one trick to cook a nice and well prepared pasta is to be very cautious of the time you are cooking the pasta. So immediately you drain the cooked pasta into a sieve. Go ahead and transfer into a boil of cold water, but I rinsed mine directly with cold water. This will prevent your pasta from overcooking, and this will also make the pasta turn out really great after cooking yours. So back to my tomato sauce. I fried until every tangy taste of tomato is gone. Then I added in the spices for the cooking. So feel free to use or add any spice of your choice, but don't overdo the spices. Just let it be on a moderate. So for mine, the only spices I use for making this pasta is the nut cubes, the salt, curry powder, thyme and cinnamon. I didn't add extra spices and it still turned out really great. So you don't need to add too much spice in your food to make it sweet. So if you master your techniques, you won't find it hard to make a very good meal. So make sure to not add too much salt or too much spice in your food. Yes. So after frying up to this point, I am very much satisfied with how the tomato is turned out. So I added in some little water to loosen up the paste a bit. Then I went on to add the grounded crayfish, the washed catfish, some water. Then I stirred really well to make sure everything is well combined. Then I added the coconut milk and stirred really well. Always check for salt and seasoning, but at this point the salt tastes really nice and is ready for use. So in another bigger pan, I poured in the cooked pasta, then add the pasta water I took out earlier on. Then I poured in the prepared sauce into the pasta and mix everything thoroughly. But be sure not to overmix to prevent the pasta from breaking or you having too soggy pasta. You wouldn't like the outcome. Just use, with the use of my spatula, I carefully and gradually turned it nicely until everything was really combined. And always check for taste and seasoning at this point, because if you miss it at this point, I don't think you are going to be adding it next. So I went on to add the grounded crayfish and also the diced cabbage, which I showed you guys earlier on. If you have not used cabbage for your pasta, please try it out. It was really nice. It turns out really nice. Try using cabbage in your pasta, you will love it. So after turning, everything was combined nicely. I have to cover it up for the pasta to steam up a bit. Then my pasta is ready. So if you really want to try this, please go get your ingredients and let's make this pasta. In fact, I can't have enough of this pasta, seriously. It tastes really great, ranging from the coconut milk, from the fish, from the cabbage, from the onion, from the tomato. Everything just complemented each other. So go get yours, get your ingredients ready and have your pasta. So mine is ready and I served it immediately, no wasting time. So if you like this recipe, please do not forget to give this a like and share to your friends and loved ones. Yes, and if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please, your baby girl is begging. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn up your post notification to see more video from this space. So I'll be leaving you guys here at this point, but we'll be seeing you real soon on my next post. So do well to engage on my other videos, and I love you all, and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.